Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Olathe Northwest versus Shawnee Mission North. It's homecoming night at Olathe Northwest, and I think we're all kind of excited. I'm Jack Clayton, this is Jay Curl, this is Chris Pooler, and C.Dage Breedenberg, and we're ready for a great broadcast. First things first, we're going to send it up to Game Day Northwest for a recap on sports this week.
Hey Ravens, welcome to Game Day Northwest. I'm Ryan Anderson alongside Haley McCormick. To start off this week's game day, we'll take a look at last Friday's football game against Lee Summit North. Ravens travel to Lee Summit North on Friday for the first road game of the season, as Drew Dumas takes a pitch to the left, and he breaks free, and he takes it to the house, scoring a 36-yard touchdown as the Ravens are up 7-0 early. On the next drive, Dumas again gets the rock and finds a hole and scores his second touchdown of the game. Ravens now up 14-0. In the second quarter, Ravens kept up the intensity as Cole Manning breezed the play perfectly, tackling the guy for a 5-yard loss. With time running around late in the fourth, Brandon Cook drops back and finds Joe Hatsville over the middle for a 20-yard gain. And needing a touchdown to keep the Ravens alive, Drew Dumas gets a toss left from Cook and pounds his way in, scoring his third touchdown of the game. With 30 seconds to go, the Ravens decide to go for two, but Dumas this time gets stopped on the 1-yard line and just short, and the Ravens fall to the Broncos 24-23.
Last night, the Ravens boys soccer team squared off against the Leavenworth Pioneers. From 2007 to 2009, Leavenworth held former Pro Bowler Michael Vick in check, but they couldn't contain our mighty Ravens Tuesday night. First half, 16th minute of the game, Grant Gertzen sends it through multiple defenders into the back of the net. Ravens up 1-0. The first half coming to a close, Gertzen kicks a beautiful pass over defenders, and Ryan Kickbush knocks it into the goal. Ravens up 4-0. Early in the second half, Brock Baker capitalizes on the shot and post chips it into the net. Midway through the second half, Grant lines up to take the penalty shot, making it 7-0. With 10 minutes left in the half, Brock Baker taps the ball in the open net, making the lead 8-0. In the final minutes of the game, Noah Hockenberger steps up and kicks the ball into the bottom corner of the goal, making Ravens mercy rule the Leavenworth Pioneers 10-0.
On Monday, the girls' golf team faced some rainy conditions before they started to play. Julia Klein started off with a bang as she destroys the ball on her drive located on hole 7. Then she continues to chip her shot just short of the green, but that's no problem as it putts right next to the hole and finishes with a short of a par. Next hole, Rosie Klosner drives the ball right up to the top of the fairway and then to make it only a 2-putt trip on the green.
Now we will introduce our second player of the week, Lindsay Heller. She has earned this recognition for her outstanding performance on the girls' varsity volleyball team.
This year, Lindsay Heller is looking to add more to her already well-equipped skill set. So far, she's off to a great start.
I average 5 to 8 kills a game.
Not only is she looking to improve herself, but the team as well.
Our team goals this year is to win the league and obviously win sub-state and win state.
Lindsay did great last year, but has new goals for this season.
Either want to make like second team or first team this year.
As a top competitor on the team, she tells us her role this year as a player.
My role this year, I would say, is to bring like energy to our team, like on and off the court. Like in practices, we struggle with like having energy. So like I'm more of a positive person, so I have to bring that to our play.
Lindsay has started off great and will look to improve for the rest of the season. This has been your Player of the Week.
That's it for game day this week. Let's send it back to the desk.
Welcome back. Last night was a great night for Ravens athletics. We won 2-1 versus Gardner Edgerton in a soccer match in which Chase Glusman scored 2 goals, and Sydney Weeks won the Hawks invite for gymnastics last night. So last week, Northwest lost 24-23 on the goal line to Lee Summit North. Chris, what do you think about that game?
Yeah, that was a tragic loss. Northwest was on the verge of victory. They really wanted their first win. They wanted it so bad. The sideline was fired up. There was a small student section out there. They were fired up, but they had a new kicker. They could have went for the field goal there at the end to tie it up and maybe bring it into overtime, but the coach must not have been that confident with the new kicker because they went for 2, came up short, so Lee Summit North came away with the win last week.
But I think the really important thing about that game, it was kind of a confidence booster. So as the season's gone on,
yeah, I agree.
The Ravens have gotten better and better, and I think that's a good sign. So on that note, I think we'll send it up to a commercial. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Macabre Cinema.
What's the name of the haunted house you're going to?
Macabre Cinema.
What animal do you not want to see? What are you scared of?
Snakes.
Have you heard of Medusa?
No.
Medusa, the Guinness Book of World Records biggest snake is here.
Uh-oh.
Not at this one, but over there.
So you're okay somewhere. For here.
So you're good for this one.
The Macabre Cinema.
Macabre or?
Macabre Cinema.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Macabre Theater.
Macabre.
How do you say it? I don't know. How about you?
Macabre.
You gotta try it.
Oh, something about the cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
Macabre.
Macabre.
Again?
Macabre.
Macabre.
The Macabre Cinema.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something
Welcome
on.
back. First, we're going to send it up to the booth to watch a recap of last year's game against Shawnee Mission North.
Northwest took it to Shawnee Mission North as they looked to get their first win of the year on Thursday night. The first half didn't see many scores as a bad snap flies over Easton Crupper's head, along with a missed field goal opportunity late in the second quarter. The Ravens come out in the second half with a little bit of trickery as a rare Charlie Pfister pass sails over the defense and into the arms of Max Donahue. Quarterback Will Schneider keeps Shawnee Mission North in the game with a towering throw downfield. That pass was shortly followed by a quarterback sneak to tie up the game in the fourth quarter. With less than a minute left as Northwest is advancing the ball, Joe Hatsfield exploits the Shawnee Mission North secondary to set up a game-winning field goal. That ball is just out of the reach of the Shawnee Mission North defender. And there's David Boschman nailing the game winner as time expires.
Last year, the Ravens pulled off a big win at Shawnee Mission North. CJ, how did that game go over?
I was on the sideline of that game, and I would say that overall, we started off and we were scared. Their quarterback was throwing long passes, and we had no idea what we were going to do. We thought this was going to be an easy game. We went in and it started off very hard. The second half, we had a good locker room talk. We kind of fixed all our problems. We figured out how to stop him, and we stopped him in that second half, put up some points, and actually won with a game-winning field goal by our kicker, David Boschma.
And what's so very impressive about that win is last year, Shawnee Mission North had a quarterback named Will Schneider, who currently is now in a D1 school and holds every record for passing in the state of Kansas. So as we transition from last year to this year, who do you guys see as big matchups or key things in tonight's matchup between Shawnee Mission North and Olathe Northwest?
I would say that our key tonight is we're going to have to get our offensive line going. Our offensive line is a lot of players that really can do it, but they just got to work together as a team. We saw a lot of injuries. We looked on the sideline. We have John Bowman, Joe Hatsfield, Val Sherinian. All these players aren't playing tonight, and so it's going to hurt us, but we do very well in homecoming games, and we can really pull off a win tonight. Yeah, I think the Ravens also really need to step up in the secondary, defend the receivers. Shawnee Mission North has a strong receiving game. They have, their quarterback has over 200 yards per game. They really need to make sure that they can defend the pass this game, and that'll be key.
Yeah, I mean, I know Shawnee Mission North. They've given up. Their defense is kind of weak. They've given up a lot of points in these last couple weeks, especially last week. And so I think really, if our offense steps up, and Andrew Jumis is really gonna have to make a big appearance tonight with John Bowman gone. A lot of run game. So I think if we step up our offense tonight, crush their defense, I think we're gonna have a really good game.
So just to follow that up, if you didn't catch that already, we have some key players out tonight. John Bowman obviously was supposed to be a game time decision. He's not dressed out. Joe Hatsfield, our safety and wide receiver, not dressed out. So stepping in for them tonight will be players like Andrew Jumis on the running back side and Jackson Butler at the free safety position.
Weston Davis will actually be the #1 receiver tonight, which we've seen him run some slot and run the ball. So we'll really see if he can step it up tonight.
So despite all these injuries and despite the setbacks faced by the Ravens, what do you guys think the outcome of tonight's game will be like?
I would say I think tonight's game is going to be score after score after score.
we have a good defense, but they've had a really good offense. 200 passing yards a game. I don't know how any team's going to be able to stop that. Yeah. They gave up 70 points 2 weeks ago, so I think our defense doing really well. Still might give up some points, but also we're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be just back and forth, score, because our defense is not that strong. Their defense is not that strong. I think they really just going to have to focus on defending the receiving, and Andrew Dumas needs to kind of step it up for the run game and put some running yards down there, and we can definitely get the job done.
I'm gonna have to go. I know these last couple weeks I've gone Northwest, but I'm just gonna try to use some reverse psychology here and actually go Shawnee Mission North, see if we can pull away the win. But like CJ said, it's gonna be a really big, back and forth, just scoring game. Their defense is not very good. Our defense needs to step up, and obviously their offense is really good. So, despite that, I think just reverse psychology, North is gonna take away with the win today.
I kind of agree with these guys, and Nick Lopez has entered his pick. He says Northwest is going to win 54-17. I'll go with that. I'll say they'll win with big Northwest over Shawnee Mission North. So leading into this, who is our team MVP for the year? If we could pick one guy that has really helped out the Ravens in a very significant way, who do we pick?
I mean, I'm kind of not going exactly. I'm not going a player. I'm kind of going players. I would say the cornerbacks, our defensive backs, have stopped a lot of long passes. Yeah. We start off and we get either 7 points or 14 points like these weeks we have, and teams haven't given up huge passes on us because our cornerbacks are set and they're ready for every ball that's in the air.
Yeah, I'm going to say Andrew Dumas. I think especially for tonight, they don't really have a strong defensive line. He's going to have to step it up, put some running yards down, really get a strong run game going, because the run game is key. So I think that'll be the key to tonight's game.
My MVP was actually John Bowen, but unfortunately he's not suited up tonight. He's been a huge player this year. A lot of defensive plays, a ton of offensive rushing yards. So, John Bowen was my original pick, but I'm going to have to go with CJ now. He's obviously not playing tonight, so I'm going to go our defensive backs. Really been playing huge plays all year. Joe Hatzfeld, John Bowman, been really stepping up on the defensive side, so I'm just really looking forward to seeing them.
And unfortunately, my pick is hurt tonight too, Joe Hatzfeld, who has stepped up on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So I'm going to go with Braden Cook is going to make the difference tonight. He's going to be the big playmaker that gets things done. So on that note, I think we're going to send it to a commercial. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084. You know how it goes this time of year in Kansas City. Today it's hot. Tomorrow it's cold. Then it's hot again the day after. We at Town & Country Heating and Cooling take your trust seriously, and we'll make sure you and your home are ready for the unpredictable temperatures this coming season. Call now, 913-649-8696 for our goodbye 2-for-1 tune-up for your furnace and air conditioner. And if you mention TV 25, we'll take $25 off. Town & Country Heating and Cooling, 913-649-8696.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Welcome back to our broadcast. I think we're all done on the field here, but I think we're going to send it up to Ben Whitney, who talked to Coach Sherman about this week's matchup. It's been nice talking to you. We'll see you in a sec.
Hey, Connor, we were live when you did that.
Are we off?
We were live when you did that.
Are we off?
A little bit about the games so far that they've played. They've played 3 games so far this season. One of the positives so far is that all the players have been working very hard throughout the entire season. But one of the things that we've seen that has consistently cost them is focus throughout the entire game. For example, in a couple of games, they've had a really good run or a good pass, but it's brought back because of a holding call. That was one of the things he mentioned. And he said this kind of been their Achilles heel, but they've been getting better and better at it so far as the season has progressed. He also said that every team is different, so each team will have different challenges. For ONW specifically, they're focusing on getting better every week, and then they're going to try to peak at the end for that playoff game. Now, last week they did have a close loss against Lee Summit North, and he talked about that final play that they decided to go for 2 instead of kick the extra point to tie the game with about 40 seconds left. He said anytime you get into a situation like that, as a coach, you have to go with the ebbs and flows of the game. And at that moment, he felt that they had some momentum. The team went 2-minute offense all the way down that drive and scored again with about 30 seconds left, and they felt that they could ride that momentum to the 2 points and then just have to play defense for that half minute. He said sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, in that situation, it didn't work out for them. They were about a half a yard short on that run by Drew Dumas. And then we talked a little bit about the offense this season. So far, they've done well coming out every single game and starting off strong. They've really stuck by their game plan and they've executed it well those first couple of drives. However, they hit a mental lull, that's the way he put it, and they'd make some mistakes throughout the rest of the game, and it would be a lot harder to score. Now, we did see last game against Lee Summit North, they did a better job scoring throughout the game and were able to keep that momentum going throughout the entire game. So that was something that they definitely improved on from those first 2 games against Goddard and Olathe South, and then were able to improve it last week against Lee Summit North. Then he talked about the defense. He said the defense so far has played really well. Against Goddard, they just had that rough patch in the 3rd quarter, and then that was kind of the same situation against Olathe South. But overall, he said the defense has done a very stellar job. He said what they've really been trying to work on this season is identifying what they need to work on. They're showing the players what everyone, both the coaches and the players, need to do to make that better. Then they continue to work on that throughout the week, and then they execute it in that game on Friday. He said one of the examples so far in the season was that second game against Olathe South. They had 6 offside penalties that game, but last week against Lee Summit North, they had 0. So I think it's going to be a really exciting game today. Sherman saying that they've done a lot to improve throughout the season on a lot of different things on the offense and defensive sides. After Colin Kaepernick initially kneeled for the national anthem in August of 2016, he sparked a national debate over whether or not kneeling is disrespectful. Ron Stanley sat down with a few football players here at Northwest to get their opinion.
In light of the recent national anthem protests, different students at Northwest have varying opinions on how it should be dealt with.
I think it's kind of their opinion or how they stand with what's happening in America like today. Like, some people are fine with it and don't have any problems, or some other people, like, they see different things or they've experienced different things and they want to change it for the better.
But on the other hand, some students think it's disrespectful to kneel for the anthem.
When the professional athletes kneel during the national anthem, I can understand their opinion, but then again, I think that it's not right because of what America stands for, and that football is like America's sport.
Despite its unpopularity, Drew Dumas doesn't think that the coaching staff would have a problem if it were to happen at Northwest.
Oh, he would be pretty much cool with it. He models us like to make our own choices and stuff like that, for the better or for the worse, and he'd be pretty like family friendly.
So clearly a controversial topic that's been going on for a while and doesn't seem to have any end anytime soon. Well, we have about 12 minutes until games start here today at the College Boulevard Activity Center for our Olathe Northwest homecoming game. We'll send it to a commercial break.
Macabre Cinema. Ambrosia, Queen of Haunts, will be your guide behind the magic of Hollywood horror films and Kansas City's best haunted houses. Tune in to TV 25.9 at 10 p.m. every Friday night for Macabre Cinema.
I don't get scared easy, but I heard this place is really scary.
Oh, if you dare! Let me
We're very excited at Full Moon Productions today in introducing Medusa. She's very mesmerizing at 25 feet and 2 inches, And she's part of our family here at Full Moon, the Edge of Hell haunted attraction in Kansas City. And we're very proud of her that even though she's young, she has achieved this wonderful record and recognition.
You know, these are apex predators. They will go after what they can, and they will do what they do. I think that's part of the fascination of them.
She's very beautiful in her own kind of deathly way.
Macabre Cinema. Ambrosia, Queen of Haunts, will be your guide behind the magic of Hollywood horror films and Kansas City's best haunted houses. Tune in to TV 25.9 at 10 p.m. every Friday night for Macabre Cinema.
I don't get scared easy, but I heard this place is really scary.
Go if you dare! Let me
Welcome to the College Boulevard Activity Center for tonight's matchup between Shawnee Mission North and Olathe Northwest. I'm Ben Whitney here alongside Jack Clayton. So Jack, you talked a little bit in pregame about this matchup. Tell us a little more about what you think is going to happen in tonight's game. So one of the things we've seen from the Ravens, and I discussed this a little bit a little while earlier, was that they've had some trouble on the offensive side kind of keeping things going. They've came out the first couple of possessions, been able to score in pretty much every game, but especially those first two games, we saw problems with them being able to continue to score throughout the rest of the game. Now we saw them fix that a little bit against Lee Summit North. They scored 23 points in that game. But do you think that might be a factor in today's game, getting that offense going and then continuing to keep the offense going?
He's thrown 7 touchdowns this year, only one interception, and he has some really quick receivers to complement that particular side of his game. So a big key for us is keeping them off the scoreboard and then executing our offense to keep points on the board.
So we have Joe Hatzfeld that is out today, as well as John Bowman. Of course, Val Shrinian's been out, and then Ryan Berzone. So how do you think those injuries are going to affect ONW today in this game?
Joe Hatzfeld and John Bowman are definitely some big losses. Joe Hatzfeld has played on both sides of the ball all year long at free safety and wide receiver. Joe Hatzfield's actually leading our receiving corps right now in yards with 124. So that's kind of a big loss. But Weston Davis is more than capable of stepping up. He's a quick, fast receiver that can get around the edge and get big yardage on run plays like sweeps, as well as get out in front of cornerbacks. So that's a big, we have a good person to fill those shoes. John Bowman is like our second running back, and not having someone back there to help out Andrew Dumas with the carries is definitely going to be an effect on the game. But Dumas is capable, and I think he can pull that off.
So we're about 5 minutes out right now from the game start. Ravens running out on the field. We have a pretty good crowd here tonight. Definitely more than what we saw against Olathe South. Olathe South actually looked like they had a bigger student section than we did, but it looks like we have a pretty good turnout tonight for the homecoming game.
Yes, and the Ravens have always had a good history in homecoming games. Last year we scored 30 points last year against Leavenworth. So hopefully we can do the same tonight, pull off a big win for our fans.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to run through the tunnel right now is Nick Hagerty, the other safety opposite of Joe Hatzfeld tonight, Jackson Butler, who's stepping in for Joe Hatzfeld. We need him to step up big in the secondary tonight. All right, real quick before the game starts, I think we're going to send it to a commercial break. We'll be right back in a few minutes. You're watching TV 25, where there always is something on.
Macabre Cinema.
What's the name of the haunted house you're going to?
Macabre Cinema.
What animal do you not want to see? What are you scared of?
Snakes.
Have you heard of Medusa?
No.
Medusa, the Guinness Book of World Records biggest snake is here.
Uh-oh.
Not at this one, but over there.
So you're okay
Somewhere.
for here.
So you're good for this one.
The Macabre Cinema.
Macabre or
Macabre Cinema.
Is that how it's pronounced? Give me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Macabre Theater.
Macaraba.
How do you say it?
I don't know. How about you?
Macaraba.
You gotta try. Try it.
Oh, something about the cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
Cabra.
Macaraba.
Again?
Macaraba.
Macabre.
Macabre.
The Macabre Cinema.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always
We're
something
back here at the
on.
College Boulevard Activity Center here on TV 25, where there's always something on. We have about 2 minutes until games start, and looks like the captains have walked out to the center of the field, shaking hands, going to do the coin toss to start. Now, if you're Shawnee Mission North, last year losing to ONW on a last-second field goal, do you think they're really trying to get some revenge in this game?
Absolutely. I think for those that remember the game and were still around, I think this is a big victory game for them, especially with being homecoming night at Olathe Northwest. It's always kind of a punch in the gut to lose on homecoming night, so Shawnee Mission North is definitely looking to pull that off.
Well, Shawnee Mission North is 1-2. They won at Lansing. Olathe Northwest, of course, 0-3. Of course, that really close game last week against Lee Summit North, which could have as easily gone in their favor as it went against them. But I think this will be an exciting game for these two teams. And like you said, that I guess maybe forming into a rivalry maybe eventually. We'll see. But, I mean, definitely some bad blood between these two teams, and Shawnee Mission North trying to get revenge from last year. It's going to be pretty interesting. So it looks like Olathe Northwest will be receiving to start the game here.
Weston Davis, the replacement for Joe Hatsfield tonight on the receiving side, is back to receive the kick.
So number 20, Oscar Aguilera, is going to kick it off for Shawnee Mission North to start the game. From the 40, and here we go. And Davis will let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. All right, so this is when we've seen the offense perform really well, these first couple of drives. We'll see what they can do here to start the game, but if it's kind of the way they've been going for these first 3 games, you think they can go out, we'll be able to march down the field, probably, or hopefully get some points here on this first drive.
And a big key is getting the run game started early, so the passing game and the play action passes start opening up for opportunities.
Going to pitch to Dumas on the far side, and he's going to get a nice run up to about the 37-yard line.
And that's what needs to happen all night. Dumas needs to take the ball, get upfield, get good yardage.
Dumas, the big running back for ONW so far this season. He's done very well.
And
so
our leading rusher with 229 yards.
Cook will hand it off again to Dumas, and looks like he'll get a gain of about 2 yards on that play.
A player to look out for on the Shawnee Mission North defense is number 43, Tanner Wilmon. He's their leading tackler on a defense with not a lot of maybe prospect.
Will take the snap. He's going to look left, and that pass is caught. Be about a 3-yard gain there.
Jackson Butler there making the catch, stepping in for Joe Hatsfield tonight on the free safety side. A slot receiver as well.
Cook takes the snap. He's going to pitch it off to Dumas again. And Dumas will go down the sideline. He'll get it into the Shawnee Mission North side of the field, and that's another first down for Olathe Northwest. So right off the bat, they're getting it to Dumas pretty frequently here.
And just like you said, the offense seems to be performing at a relatively high level at the start of the game. Hopefully they can continue to carry that on.
Ravens at the 46. Cook will hand it off to Dumas again. He's got blockers out front. He's going to get another first down. A gain of about 11 on that play. Or looks more like 12 or even 13 yards. So another first down for Olathe Northwest. We're only about 2 minutes in, and they're already down on the Shawnee Mission side of the field at their 34-yard line. So again, this is what we've seen every game. They've been able to come out and really just do very well in these first couple of drives.
Exactly, yeah. This Olathe South game 2 weeks ago, they scored a touchdown on their very first drive and didn't score again.
That one, Dumas will be stopped, and he'll get back to about the original line of scrimmage there.
Another big problem for the Ravens have been untimely penalties. So I believe our opener against Goddard, we had Weston Davis streaking down the sideline, ended up scoring a touchdown, and a block in the back called that play back to, I think, the 40 or 30. So just untimely penalties and bad plays just end up costing us the game.
Especially on those big plays, that can be a big momentum shift for the team, especially if it's early on in the game.
Right.
Cook's going to run right. He's going to pitch it off to Dumas. Dumas down the side will get to the 20 and all the way down to looks like about the 18-yard line. And another first down for Olathe Northwest. So they're moving the chains here early on. Already down to the 17-yard line on the Shawnee Mission North side of the field.
And definitely big in part to the offensive line getting out in front of Dumas and picking up key blocks to allow him to get further upfield.
Handoff again to Dumas. He's going to go on the left side. He's got some blockers. He's got some space. And he's going to run all the way in. Touchdown, Olathe Northwest. So in about 3 minutes, Olathe Northwest goes down the field, and they're able to get a touchdown here on their first drive. And that's what you like to see. Early on, getting a touchdown, going out there, getting a score.
Exactly. No better way to start off a homecoming game with a touchdown early on by your star running back.
We saw quite a few runs there by Drew Dumas. Looked like only one pass play, so definitely focused on the run game there, and it paid off on this drive as they get 6 points on the board pretty early on here in this game. So Connor Boyd will kick it through, and Olathe Northwest leads 7-0, 8:44 left here in the first quarter. All right, so we're going to take we're going to take it to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Macabre Theater.
Makraba.
How do you say it?
I don't know. How about you?
Makraba.
You gotta try it.
Oh, something about the cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
Macaraba.
Again?
Macaraba.
Macabre.
Macabre.
The Macabre Cinema.
We're back here at the College Boulevard Activities Center. Olathe Northwest got off to a good start, scored 7 points in about 3 minutes into the game here, so they're up 7-0 and getting ready to kick it off to Shawnee Mission North for their first offensive drive.
And of course it's early on in the game, but it's always a great sign to see your team start off with a touchdown. There's no better way to start a game. It's real momentum shift.
So that'll get down to about the 20. And a nice tackle there. Looks like number 31, Cody Marlette, was on that tackle. A couple of other Ravens got him down too. All right, so Shawnee Mission North will start their first drive at their own 24-yard line.
Key players to look out for: their quarterback, Dustin McKesser. Unfortunately, Shawnee Mission North's run game has been relatively weak this year, only running for about 273 yards on the season with no player over 100 yards. So the rush game will most likely not be a factor tonight, but the arm of number 10 definitely will be.
About 8:34 left here in the first quarter, so still pretty early in this game, but ONW is able to march down the field pretty quickly to get that first score. And pass deflected at the line there. So good defensive effort by ONW and their defensive line. So it looks like number 10, Dustin McKesser, in for Shawnee Mission North at quarterback tonight. He'll take the snap, drop back, throw over to the right side. And looks like about a 9-yard gain, so they're going to be just short of that first down. That was number 31, Zach Bird, on that pass and run there.
And Nick Hagerty, number 24 for the Ravens, coming up with the tackle. He'll have to step up big tonight at the safety position to help Jackson Butler step into that new role.
For sure, and they're going to call that a first down. Didn't look like from here he made it past that line, but so North has it at their own 34, 35-yard line here. Oh, and McKesser's going to go down.
There's a flag on the play. Potentially a holding call. And it is a holding call. The Ravens will decline, and Shawnee Mission North will take their 10-yard penalty.
Or 5-yard penalty, it looks like. Oh, no, it is a 10-yard. And Billy Conaway on that run there. We'll get a couple of yards on that play. That'll bring up third down for Shawnee Mission North.
And that set right there is a package that Shawnee Mission North loves to run. They love to throw Billy Conaway, a quick, deceptive receiver, into the Wildcat formation and just kind of let him do his thing, get to the outside and try to get a big gain.
It's like about a 3-yard gain on that last play. And 7 minutes now left here in this first quarter. 3rd and 17 for Shawnee Mission North. Pass there by McKesser. It's intercepted at about the 47-yard line. And running it back. Oh, there's a flag. We'll see what that is. For the moment, that's number 24, Nick Hegarty, with that pick. Great defensive effort there for Olathe Northwest. And he's going to take it down to, looks like, about the 25-yard line on the Shawnee Mission North side. We'll see what the penalty is. Oof.
Looks like a block in the back for Northwest. Still a big play, but unfortunately we'll have the ball taken back a little bit. Big swing in momentum to get that interception.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they can capitalize on the good field position.
So the Ravens will have it at the 37-yard line now. But still, good spot to start off their second drive of the game.
I would say look for more play-action passes or just even more pitches to Dumas. Ways to get him out in space.
We'll give it to Dumas, and he's going to keep going for about a 7-yard gain on that one. He's just such a powerful running back. We've seen that. I mean, even right there, breaking some tackles. Looks like he might have only got a couple yards on that gain, but able to break some tackles and get a 7-yard gain out of that. So, again, he's definitely a big offensive weapon for Olathe Northwest.
Right, and at 6 foot, 200 and some pounds, Dumas is obviously a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm. And there's that pitch off to Dumas to the left side. And he's going to get a nice gain, nice spin move, and he's going to get within the 20-yard line. Looks like they're down at about the 16, another first down for Olathe Northwest. So really sticking to that run game so far. Although there is an injury on the field, and that's not good.
It appears that Drew Dumas is a little bit slow to get up.
All right, well, we'll take it to a quick commercial break. You're watching Raven football here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084. You know how it goes this time of year in Kansas City. Today it's hot. Tomorrow it's cold. Then it's hot again the day after. We at Town & Country Heating and Cooling take your trust seriously, and we'll make sure you and your home are ready for the unpredictable temperatures this coming season. Call now, 913-649-8696 for our combine 2-for-1 tune-up for your furnace and air conditioner. And if you mention TV 25, we'll take $25 off. Town & Country Heating and Cooling.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
So we're back here at the College Boulevard Activity Center. We went to a quick commercial break. Looked like Drew Dumas had an injury. Looked like it was his right foot, but he was able to kind of jog off the field on his own power, so hopefully he'll be back in soon. Cook will take the snap there. He's going to run it himself and get some nice yardage on that play. Get it down to the 10-yard line.
And as a result of that fairly key injury to the Northwest Ravens, it looks like Nick Hagerty will step in to take snaps at the running back position.
Looks like Weston Davis just went into the huddle there, so we'll see what they decide to do with him. He's going to go out on the left side. And, oh, flag thrown there on that play. Cook's going to throw, and that's going to be incomplete.
It did not appear that the Ravens were completely set up when the ball was snapped, so that probably have something to do with illegal formation or false start.
So we'll get moved back 5 yards. Now we see Dumas back in there, so that's a good sign. So hopefully they'll give him more plays. But, I mean, it's kind of scary. We first saw him go down because he is, again, a big offensive weapon for them. So you definitely don't want him to get hurt.
And it definitely appears that Northwest has been struggling to get their offense set up the past few plays.
Pitch from Cook to Dumas, and he's going to keep the legs churning. He's going to get back to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3, it looks like, for Olathe Northwest.
And the positive of this drive is regardless of the outcome, it appears it will be well within field goal range, hopefully in the middle of the field. So Connor Boyd can knock it through. Touchdowns are preferred.
Yeah, of course. Cook hands it off to Dumas again, and he's going to keep going. Those legs keep going. He's going to get down to the 1-yard line. That's a first down. So even right there, he broke some tackles there. Looked like he might have not gained any yards on that play, but instead he breaks those tackles, just keeps moving forward. He is a big offensive weapon for them. I've said that so many times, but he really is. And I mean, we've seen him almost every single play here on these 2 drives. He's gotten the ball, so big key so far in this game. Cook's going to keep it himself, and it looks like he's going to be in, and that's the 2nd touchdown for Olathe Northwest. They're going to go up 13-0, 3:52 left here in the first quarter. So the first 2 drives, the Ravens have done well. An interception by Nick Hegarty set up their 2nd drive, and they were able to bring it in for their 2nd touchdown of the game.
And of course, that 2nd touchdown is a big-time score. It definitely helps set the lead, gives us a good advantage going into the remainder of the first quarter and into the second quarter.
Boyd with the extra point, and that's good. So the Ravens take a 14-0 lead. We're going to head to a quick commercial break. We'll be back here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
Ambrosia, Queen of Haunts, will be your guide behind the magic of Hollywood horror films and Kansas City's best haunted houses. Tune in to TV 25.9 at 10 p.m. every Friday night for macabre cinema.
I don't get scared easy, but I heard this place is really scary.
Go if you dare. Let me
Just like I said before the game, Dumas is doing a phenomenal job. He definitely is the MVP so far, scoring both touchdowns, putting up probably well over 100 yards, doing really phenomenal. I said the run game was going to be key, and so far it has been. This is Chris Pooler reporting from the sideline. Back to you guys upstairs.
All right, so Shawnee Mission North is going to start at their own 30-yard line for their second drive. Big handoff to the left side, and the Olathe Northwest defense is there, about a 1-yard gain. Looks like number 32, Reese Sela, on the carry there for Shawnee Mission North.
Also a fairly big kid. Looks like he could rival Andrew Dumas in size at about 205 pounds, 6 foot.
Kessler's going to go back, and he's going to be met by number 91, Jake England, on the sack there. Big loss for Shawnee Mission North, and another great defensive play for Olathe Northwest.
I think one of the main reasons that Shawnee Mission North's rush game has not been able to develop throughout the year is just a lack of maybe an offensive line leadership presence, something along those lines. As you saw there, Jake England broke through the line, got a great tackle for a loss.
That'll bring up 3rd and 18 for Shawnee Mission North now. Kessler's going to drop back again. He's going to be taken down again. That's number 89, Jack Parks, with the second sack, and that's 4th down. Wow, that is a good defensive effort by Olathe Northwest right there, completely shutting down the Shawnee Mission North offense, not even giving McKesser a chance to get a pass off, especially on those last 2 plays. And 4th and 24, we have just under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
And with those 2 sacks, the Ravens are set up for great field position.
Be a low punt covered by Davis, and he's going to take it to the right side. And he'll get to about the 40-yard line. A flag is down. We'll see what that's about.
Now, it came from the opposite side of the field. There was only a few Ravens players over there.
Looks like the Ravens are backing up, so another penalty on them.
And unfortunately for the Ravens, that has been a big penalizer, as I said earlier this year. The penalties and the late flags, things like that, have been a big detrimental factor to most of their success this year.
That's one of the things Sherman talked about when I had my interview with him a couple of days ago. He said that they've really been trying to work on a lot of things, including all those penalties, which have really impacted them in past games. So far, hasn't had a big impact, but if we get down, this game's tight, fourth quarter, you getting some penalties, that is not what you want to see. Another handoff to Dumas there, and he's going to run it up the middle and get about 7-8 yards on that carry.
It appears that some tensions have flared between Weston Davis and number 4, Nate McCoy, for Shawnee Mission North, having a little shoving match towards the end of that play.
And we've hit the minute mark here in the first quarter, so now about 50 seconds left. And that handoff will get way more than the first down. The leg churning for number 24, Nick Hegarty, on that play. Little trickery by Olathe Northwest there, and they'll get it down to the 40-yard line on the Shawnee Mission North side of the field. And Cook's going to hand it off to Dumas again, but that's number 80, Alex Taylor, right there to take Dumas down. Got a 1-yard gain on that play. And now about 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. So it looks like Olathe Northwest will end out this quarter. They have a 14-0 lead. Started out well, both on the offensive and defensive side. Been able to stop Shawnee Mission North on their pair of drives and got an interception on that first drive by Shawnee Mission North. We're going to head it to a commercial break. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
And the cinema. The cinema. Mackerby. Cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
That's not even funny. I've heard of the one. It does. By Kerber.
Macabre Cinema.
Mackerby. I don't know.
The Macabre Cinema.
We're back. It looked like number 89, Jack Parks, had a good catch and run there, and Olathe Northwest is back in business. They're going to get down to about the 11-yard line on the Shawnee Mission North side, or it looks like the 12-yard line on the Indian side of the field.
And Jack Parks is definitely a threat that Northwest possesses, but maybe has not used to its full potential this year. So hopefully look for him to get more touches and more targets throughout this game.
Yeah, so far they've been relying on that run game, but you know, if they want to switch to a couple more passes, they could definitely hand it out or pass it to Parks more. Looks like a timeout on the field here. So Northwest takes a timeout right here early on in the second half. We're going to take it to another commercial break here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Please. And the cinema. The cinema. Mackerby. Cinema.
Macabre cinema.
That's not even funny. I've heard of the one with this, like Kerber.
Macabre cinema.
Macabre.
The macabre cinema.
Here at CBAC, big crowd here for Olathe Northwest. All the way up to the top of the stands here on the ONW side. And that's a fake handoff, and it's going to be in the back of the end zone, but it's going to be incomplete.
Ball was definitely well contested. Weston Davis being targeted there. That particular fade route has worked earlier in the year on a touchdown to Val Sharinian on our opener versus Goddard, one of our few scores that particular game.
Cook will pitch it to Dumas, who's going to run it all the way into the end zone. There's another touchdown for Olathe Northwest, and they're up 20-0 here with 11:27 left in the first half. Well, we saw against Goddard, got a touchdown early on. Olathe South got a touchdown early on, but they've got 3 here, 3 straight touchdowns in this game. So that's definitely a good sign for the offense. They're up big here in the second quarter.
Giving Olathe Northwest the Olathe Northwest band more chances to play the fight song and wave that Raven flag.
Boyd with the extra point, and it's good. The Ravens have a 21-0 lead here against the Shawnee Mission North Indians. Again, 11:27 left here in the first half. We'll take it to another commercial break here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
You know how it goes this time of year in Kansas City. Today it's hot. Tomorrow it's cold. Then it's hot again the day after. We at Town & Country Heating and Cooling take your trust seriously, and we'll make sure you and your home are ready for the unpredictable temperatures this coming season. Call now, 913-649-8696 for our combined 2-for-1 tune-up for your furnace and air conditioner. And if you mention TV 25, we'll take $25 off. Town & Country Heating and Cooling, 913-649-8696.
All right, we're back here. This homecoming game for Olathe Northwest. They have a 21-0 lead over the Shawnee Mission North Indians here. 11:27 left here in the first half. We've seen Olathe Northwest go out. There are 3 offensive drives, and they scored a touchdown every single time. So that's definitely what you want to see starting out in this game.
Right, a big momentum shift in their direction. Definitely a big sign. There's a lot of football left to play, but it's always a great sign to get out, score 3 touchdowns, have a comfortable lead to hopefully cruise through the rest of the football game.
The defense has done their part so far as well. Shawnee Mission North hasn't really been able to get up the field that far either, so. Boyd will kick it off. And that'll sail into the end zone. Billy Conaway decides to not take that one. Again, a big student section here. This is the biggest I've seen. All the way up here to the press box, so a huge crowd.
Raven Nation definitely showed up for their homecoming game.
And they're going crazy over that goose that just flew over the field. And that's going to be a complete pass to Billy Conaway there, and that's going to be a first down for Shawnee Mission North. They'll get up to about the 32-yard line.
And that is exactly what Shawnee Mission North is looking to do. They're looking to drop back into a pass play and look for either Nate McCoy or Billy Conaway to get open on a short route or even go deep every once in a while.
So McKesser, and he is met by number 61, Trevor Adam. Another big sack for Olathe Northwest. He had Billy Conaway on the right side. Looked like he was going to try to pass it there, but Trevor Adam came out of nowhere to sack him on that play.
The Raven defense obviously stepping up big. The Shawnee Mission North offense has not crossed the 50-yard line yet in this game.
Raven Nation doing the tomahawk chop now to Shawnee Mission North.
Their signature chant being put back on them.
McKesser gonna look long, and it's picked off. That's number 4, Jackson Butler. He's down on the right side. He's still going, and he's gonna get tackled from behind. He's gonna make it all the way down to about the 24-yard line on the Indian side of the field. That's the second interception of the game, and Jackson Butler saw that one the entire play. Looked like McKesser just overthrew that one, and Butler was right there to pick it off and ran it back. And Olathe Northwest, excellent field position here.
Right, Butler was in the exact right spot. The ball was obviously thrown long, but that was just a big play for Joe Hatsfield's replacement. Jackson Butler moving from the cornerback to the safety position, big confidence boost.
Cook is going to look. Oh, and that one was almost caught by Butler, out of the hands. Good defensive effort there. That was number 18, Richard Darrow, on the coverage there on Butler. Just under 10 minutes left now in this first half. Ravens been cruising so far, 21-0 lead. Both the offense and defense have stepped up this game. Cook fakes the handoff to Dumas, looking over the middle, and that is number 16, Cole Manning, and he's going to get down to about the 5-yard line, or pardon me, about the 8-yard line. And Olathe Northwest will move the chains once again.
Manning looks a little bit shook up as he jogs out the field, calling for a substitution. Look for him to be more of a upcoming player in the next few years, being a junior this year and stepping into the tight end position. Look for him to kind of step up a little bit even more next year.
We've seen him a couple times in the quarterback position so far this year. Went in there for Goddard for a couple of plays. That's going to be a pass to Butler on the side, and Butler is going to go all the way in. That's another touchdown for Olathe Northwest. And they're up 27-0 with 9:21 left in the half. This is about the exact opposite of what we've seen so far in the Olathe Northwest season. They're up big time.
Jackson Butler obviously taking every opportunity to make this game his own, really taking over with that big interception and then coming up with a touchdown.
Boyd with the extra point. Right down the middle. So Olathe Northwest leading 28-0. We're going to take it to commercial break here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
And the cinema.
How's that? The last one?
The cinema. Mackerby. Cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
That's not even funny. I've heard of the one. It does. Mackerber.
Macabre Cinema.
Mackerby.
The Macabre Cinema.
Olathe Northwest leading big time here. 9:21 left in the first half. They're up 28-0 over the Shawnee Mission North Indians. This is pretty awesome to see here for this homecoming game. Obviously a really special game. We'll see if they can continue to keep this going through the rest of the game, but so far we've seen some great work on the offensive and defensive side. Of course, the offense getting it down the field. They've had some good field position, especially that last drive with that interception by Jackson Butler, who also got that pass and ran it in for that touchdown.
It's very nice to see the Ravens taking initiative and taking that big lead, because past games have been a little bit of a struggle. It's really wonderful to see them take that lead.
This one will be picked up at about the 15-yard line. And the legs keep churning there. It'll get out to about the 32-yard line. That was number 18, Richard Darrow, on the return. All right, 9:13 left here in the first half. Billy Conaway is in for Shawnee Mission North, and a timeout by Olathe Northwest.
It appears that Shawnee Mission North is getting ready to set up that wildcat formation for Conaway to take a rush.
So Olathe Northwest will talk it over. So far, a very impressive game for both sides of the ball. We've seen some penalties, but at least so far in this game, they haven't really had that much of a negative effect. But, I mean, if this game's close, you know, later in the third, fourth quarter, you got to be careful with those penalties. And that's something that Olathe Northwest has really struggled with so far this season. But thankfully, so far, they've had enough positive work on both sides that those penalties haven't really had a big impact so far in this game.
Right, and it's always got to be nice as a player to take the pressure off early in the game with a 28-point lead. I mean, unless you're the Atlanta Falcons, it's kind of hard to blow that lead. So, I mean, it's always going to have to be nice to take that pressure off, especially in a big-time game like the homecoming game.
For sure, or the Super Bowl.
Right.
So Conaway will take the snap, and he's going to hand it off. Resila with the carry there, get a couple of yards.
That looked like a read option play. I mean, obviously could be a lot more effective than that. I think that could turn into a big time play.
Yeah, Conaway held on to that ball there for a little bit. It looks like he's really considering his options there. Got a couple yards on that play, and it's 2nd and 6 for the Indians.
They appear to be trying a similar play right here.
Conaway's going to drop back. He's pressured. And he's going to look to his right, and that's going to be an incomplete pass there. Intended for number 6, Varenzo Henderson. And some pressure there by Jake England. Saw him going right at Conaway. That's a 5'11", 266-pound defensive lineman running right at you. I'd want to get rid of that ball quick.
And the Raven fans obviously having fun, cheering nice and loud.
Conaway pressured again, going to change direction. He's going to look deep, and that one over the head of number 9, Oscar Knowles.
Great coverage there in the secondary by the Ravens defense. Every single guy was within 2 yards of his man. They had it locked up. There was nowhere to throw that ball.
And another 4th down the Indians will face here. 4th and 6, about 8 minutes left here in the first half. And, ooh, the punt's bobbled by Davis, but he's going to get it. He's going to look to the right, and he'll get close to midfield. on that return.
His quickness there really bailed him out. I mean, the bobble punt was not a big deal, and I'm glad he came out of it. Made a nice move to the outside and got to the corner.
So the Ravens again with pretty good field position here to start their drive.
Look for a return to the run game with the big lead with 8 minutes left in the second half. They're probably going to try to burn some clock, get into halftime with that big lead.
Got Dumas and Hegarty in there right now. Hey, we'll move him up 5 yards. Don't know why. I didn't see a penalty or anything.
I didn't either. It must have been, you know what? It must have been some kind of offsides. Who knows?
I think the offense will take that. That'll be a handoff to Dumas, and he's going to have another nice run. Still going all the way down to about the 31-yard line. Another big run by Drew Dumas, and another first down for the Ravens.
Andrew Dumas seems to be dragging runners with him all night long. Always breaking tackles, always getting upfield.
Ravens line up again. Cook has Dumas to his left, Hegarty to his right. And he's going to hand it off to Hegarty, who's going to run, break some tackles, and he'll get down to the 10-yard line. 9-yard line, pardon me. And another first down for Olathe Northwest.
Both running backs here picking up the slack. Obviously, John Bowman being missed heavily, but Nick Hegarty and Andrew Dumas obviously stepping up in big roles tonight, getting the job done.
And with just 2 plays right there, the Ravens go from the 44-yard line down to the 9-yard line. So their running game doing very well so far.
And both on inside run plays. So run plays that are going up like the one hole, right outside the center. So the defensive line for Shawnee Mission North is not stepping up, and the offensive line for Olathe Northwest is picking up big blocks and getting downfield, helping out their backs.
It'll be a timeout here. Didn't see who took it, but going to talk some things over. Ravens first and goal from the 9-yard line here. Is about 7 minutes left in the first half. Ravens leading big, 28-0.
With tonight being the homecoming game, we have all the candidates sitting down in the end zone. The winner for the senior nominations, or senior homecoming court, excuse me, will be announced at halftime.
My sister is the freshman for homecoming court, so that was pretty cool. So she's down there. But yeah, that's going to be cool to see who wins King and Queen. That's going to be a pitch to Nick Hegarty off to the right side. He's going to go all the way in. Touchdown, Olathe Northwest. And they're up 34-0 with 7 minutes left in the first half.
This is a big spark of hope for Raven fans. Seeing their team fall short twice by small margins the last 2 weeks, getting out early has been a great sign.
Boyd with the extra point. It's good, and the Ravens lead 35-0. Excellent job by the offense so far in this game. Well, we'll take it to another commercial break. You're watching Raven football here on TV 25. There's always something on.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on. With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
We're back here at the College Boulevard Activity Center. Ravens leading 35-0, about 7 minutes left here in the first half. And so far, this first half, this has been pretty uncharacteristic of the Raven offense, but in this case, it's a good thing. We've seen them come out. They scored on every single drive so far.
Always a great sign to see the offense pounding the ball upfield, getting exactly what they want and executing each and every play.
Boyd will kick it off. It's received at about the 5-yard line. And Derek Quinn going to change directions there on that run. He's going to get out to about the 28-yard line for Shawnee Mission North to set up their offense.
The defensive line has provided good pressure throughout each and every chance on the field. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Conaway in there at quarterback. He's going to do a quick pass to the left side. That's incomplete.
It appears that Shawnee Mission North has shifted away from their usual passing-based quarterback, Dustin McKesser, and gone with a more running, scrambling quarterback in Billy Conaway.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Indians from their own 29-yard line. And that one almost intercepted. That was number 13, Mario Hansen, on the coverage there. That was really close. Got his hand on it. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. And more pressure here. Conaway's going to decide to take it, and he'll get about a 5-yard gain, but he'll be 5 yards short. And that's another 4th down for Shawnee Mission North.
Another great defensive possession from Olathe Northwest, deflecting a ball, keeping Conaway contained on the run. Very successful.
Six minutes left here in the first half. And the punt back to Weston Davis. He's going to call fair catch at about the 37-yard line. Look like Nick Hegarty's coming out. Number 7, Tyler McCoach, is going to come in.
Bringing in a sophomore quarterback in the second quarter. It's not a sophomore, excuse me, junior quarterback.
And that'll be a nice run off to the left side. That was number 25, Yazan Hassan, on that run, and he'll get about 6 on that play.
It appears that the Ravens are fairly comfortable with their lead, appearing to put in some of their younger prospects into the game.
Hand it off again to Hassan, and he's going to get another nice run, close to a first down. Looks like he'll be just short. Less than a yard there. Oh, they might. Oh, it is a first down. Wait.
They're going to give him a first down.
Yeah. All right, take it. Ooh. All right, McCoach is going to keep it. He's going to go off to the right side. He's got some room and a nice run there. He'll get about 12, 13 yards on that play and another first down.
McCoach did a great job there recognizing the blitz off the left side of the line, just scrambling straight out of the pocket to the right, no hesitation, picked up that first down. Showing some very, very good skills for a very unexperienced quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Be another handoff to Hassan. It's going to be a couple of yards on that run.
I've been extremely impressed with the younger players so far. Hassan picking up some nice yardage, fighting for every yard he's getting. Coach obviously showing some talent at the quarterback position.
And like you said, I mean, he's pretty inexperienced, especially when you compare him to Cook or somebody like him, but he was able to notice that blitz and able to run off to that right side to get that first down. So that's definitely something that you want to see from the young quarterback.
Right, future's bright.
Get about a yard on that one. So the Ravens will face 3rd and 9 now on the Indians' 39-yard line. Just under 4 minutes now left in the first half. And a nice pass, and looks like it'll be enough for a first down. So number 38, Luke Dahlquist there with the reception and the run for the first down. The Ravens keep the chains moving. They're now down at the Indians' 29-yard line. Some pressure there. Looks like someone lost a shoe. He'll get a couple yards on that play. That was a shoe.
I would look for another pass play here. On the second and distance, looking to pick up some yards.
Coach will hand it off to Hassan again, and that's going to be a nice gain. And now just under 2 minutes left in the first half. Excuse me. Ravens facing a 3rd and 2 here. Ooh, and Hassan is going to get stopped there. He'll lose a couple of yards.
Hopefully still within field goal range.
It looks like they still have, oh wait.
They're going to send the coach back out there and see what they can get with on 4th down.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. It's the first 4th down that they've faced so far in this game. And pressure there. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, right out of the hands of number 17, Cole Morris. He was wide open in the end zone and just couldn't quite get his footing. It was kind of an awkward turn for him in the end zone. Couldn't hold on to that pass.
And being one of the first games Morris has played in at the varsity level, that may just be added up to nerves. But great job by my coach to get out of the pocket, get away from the pressure, and get off a nice pass. Give his team a chance.
Looked like there was a penalty for an eligible man or an eligible receiver downfield or something. So, at the end of the day, will be 1st down for Shawnee Mission North at their own 24-yard line, and just under a minute left in the first half.
Some of the starters on the D-line appear to have been put on the bench in favor of some of the younger players to give them an opportunity.
Be a pass to the right side. A gain of about just over 10 yards, maybe 11 yards. That'll be enough for 1st down. So the Indians have 50 seconds, now less than 50 seconds, to try to get a score here, see what they can do. Now down to about 35 seconds. Taking their time, Conaway will take the snap. He's going to bounce around, throw to the left side, that's incomplete.
Festivities are about to begin here at Olathe Northwest, or here at College Boulevard Activity Center. The band's lining up, the nominees are lining up. Things can get exciting at halftime here.
Conaway passes to the right side here, and gain of about 3 yards on that play. They'll take it out of bounds, stop the clock with 25.2 seconds left in the first half.
Look for the Indians to take a shot down field here relatively soon. I mean, obviously you need to go into halftime with points on the board with only 25 seconds left and 61 yards to cover. They need to make up some ground.
Yeah, at this point, they don't have much to lose either, so see what they do here. Still have some time, 25.2 seconds. And Conaway's going to take it himself off the left side, and he's going to run out of bounds. Looks like it was enough for a 1st down. So the clock stops with 17.7 seconds now. I don't think North has made it to the other side of the field yet, have they?
I don't believe so. I think this may have been the closest they have gotten since the game started. Northwest has done a great job of shutting them down.
Conaway is going to pass off to the right side, and he's going to be taken down.
And they're going to mark him just short of the 50-yard line. So maybe this whole record here stays intact.
There's number 9, Oscar Knowles, on that catch, and he'll get it down to the 49-yard line.
This is where we start looking for the Indians to really look for Nate McCoy lining up on the far sideline for a deep pass.
And the Ravens have 5 guys back pretty deep here on about the 35-yard line. So they're ready for a long pass here. Conaway is going to air it out, looking deep, and that one's going to go over everybody's head. Still have time for another play, though. 3 seconds.
The arm was very impressive on that play. However, it was nowhere near any receivers.
And again, good coverage there by Olathe Northwest. They had a couple guys defending on that play, so even if it had been close, it might have been intercepted. Could have ran it back for a pick 6 right before the half. Probably going to be the last play. Conaway has some receivers lined out to the left.
Ball's going to the left side here.
And some pressure from the right side. He's going to get away. Trying to get away. And he's going to get taken down. So they won't even get a chance to throw it downfield. Another nice play by the Raven defense. So we've reached halftime. Ravens up 35-0. I'm going to send it down to Chris Poole on the sidelines.
Olathe Northwest has really killed it in this first half. They went out there, shut them out completely for the first half, put up 35 points. They were able to rest their starters, put their secondaries in. Hopefully they can come out, have a great second half. North's defense is not looking good, but hopefully we can keep it up on offense and get the job done. Now back to you guys.
All right, so we've reached halftime. The Ravens up 35-0 here, and we've seen a great showing by both the offense and the defense. Had some good stops, some interceptions, some great runs, and some great passes so far. So hopefully they can keep that momentum going in the second half. You're watching Raven football here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
Include musical theater, acting, being awkward, playing violin, and tap dancing. Luke is the son of Janelle and Bruce Braggart. He plays tennis, is an active member in his church youth group, and enjoys reading. Emma Whitney and Luke Ragland. Our softball court winners are Lydia Saunders and Alex Fonseca. Sophia is the daughter of Paul She's involved in student council, softball committee, and Raven Service Club. Alex is the son of Polly and Michael Ortega. He plays football. His hobbies are swimming and sports. Sophomore, Lydia Saunders and Alex Ortega. Our junior court winners are Josie Peterson and George Smith. She plans to attend a four-year university to major in business, law, or medical careers. In her free time, she likes to eat ice cream and travel. She sees herself as a dermatologist. Her biggest goal in life is to have as many dogs as her house will hold. And Anna Hooker. Our first senior king candidate is Alex Carter. Alex is the son of Angie and Jason Carter. He is part of the Raven Link crew. After high school, he plans on attending Kansas State and majoring in journalism. In his free time, Alex considers his hobby to be pottery. Eventually, Alex would like to become a sports broadcaster and says the word that describes him best is royalty. Candidate for king, Alex Carter. Our next senior queen candidate is Whitney Nielsen. Whitney is the daughter of Cindy and Paul Nielsen. She is involved in Raven Service Club, National Honor Society, Link Crew, choir, and is an active member in her church. After graduation, she plans to attend Weber State for 1 year, serve on an 18-month mission for her church. She enjoys serving others and playing sports. And if Whitney could write a message in the sky, she would write to her Northwest family, "Thanks for 3.5 years of memories, ONW. I'll miss you, Miss Whitney Nielsen." Our next senior king candidate is Adam Cook. Adam is the son of Joyce and Forrest Cook. He is involved in ECOM, Link Crew, and as a student naturalist. He plans to pursue a major in journalism at Kansas University. His hobbies include baseball and procrastinating his homework. As a career, he would like to be a chef. He says he does not know the best dream he has heard, but he knows he hasn't woken up yet. Candidate Adam Cook. Our final senior queen candidate is Selena Noor. Selena is the daughter of Rausha and Timur Noor. She is involved in Engineering Academy, National Honor Society, and the Writing Center. She is unsure where she is going to college, but hopes to pursue a double major in cognitive neuroscience and music performance. She likes to bake, sing, and listen to music. Eventually, she sees herself being a linguist and says that if she were a cloud, she would be the shape of a Sour Patch Kid, Miss Selena Knorr. Our final Senior King candidate is Ethan Haskins. Ethan is the son of Lisa and Eric Haskins. He is involved with Student Naturalist Club and would like to major in graphic design and eventually become a graphic artist or video game art director. In his free time, Ethan enjoys painting and considers his biggest accomplishment to be publishing a book that can be bought on Amazon or at Barnes & Noble. Candidate Ethan Haskins.
All right, camera 3, can you zoom out and get all the candidates?
And as we get ready to present our winners, can we get a drum roll from the band?
And then camera 4, once they announce the winner.
Our 2017 Homecoming King is Alex Carter.
Okay, I'm on camera 4. Okay, camera 2, take 2. On 2 right now.
And our 2017 Homecoming Queen is Miss Whitney Nielsen. Congratulations to the 2017 Homecoming King, Queen, and Court. We would like to extend thanks to Olathe Northwest administrators, Mr. Chris Zook, Kathy Hilliard, Tracy Mehring, Natalie Jones, and Joe Gunderson. Zuko sponsors Kate Miner and Kathleen Smith, custodial office and food service staff, and the e-communication department. Special thanks to Joyce's Flowers of Lenexa. Thank you for making Olathe Northwest 2017 Homecoming a success.
I said mute him up this mic.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084. You know how it goes this time of year in Kansas City. Today it's hot. Tomorrow it's cold. Then it's hot again the day after. We at Town & Country Heating and Cooling take your trust seriously, and we'll make sure you and your home are ready for the unpredictable temperatures this coming season. Call now, 913-649-8696 for our combined 2-for-1 tune-up for your furnace and air conditioner. And if you mention TV25, we'll take $25 off. Town & Country Heating and Cooling, 913-649-8696.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on. With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on.
Hey Ravens, welcome to Game Day Northwest. I'm Ryan Anderson alongside Haley McCormick. To start off this week's game day, we'll take a look at last Friday's football game against Lee Summit North. Ravens travel to Lee Summit North on Friday for the first road game of the season, as Drew Dumas takes a pitch to the left, and he breaks free, and he takes it to the house, scoring a 36-yard touchdown as the Ravens are up 7-0 early. On the next drive, Dumas again gets the rock and finds a hole and scores his second touchdown of the game. Ravens now up 14-0. In the second quarter, Ravens kept up the intensity as Cole Manning breezed the play perfectly, tackling the guy for a 5-yard loss. With time running around late in the fourth, Brandon Cook dropped second and finds Joe Hatzfield over the middle for a 20-yard gain. And needing a touchdown to keep the Ravens alive, Drew Dumas gets a toss left from Cook and pounds his way in, scoring his third touchdown of the game. With 30 seconds to go, the Ravens decide to go for two, but Dumas this time gets stopped on the 1-yard line and just short, and the Ravens fall to the Broncos 24-23.
Last night, the Ravens boys soccer team squared off against the Leavenworth Pioneers. From 2007 to 2009, Leavenworth held former Pro Bowler Michael Vick in check, but they couldn't contain our mighty Ravens Tuesday night. First half, 16th minute of the game, Grant Gertzen sends it through multiple defenders into the back of the net, Ravens up 1-0. The first half coming to a close, Gertzen kicks a beautiful pass over defenders and Ryan Kickbush knocks it into the goal, Ravens up 4-0. Early in the second half, Brock Baker capitalizes on the shot and post chips it into the net. Midway through the second half, Grant lines up to take the penalty shot, making it 7-0. With 10 minutes left in the half, Brock Baker taps the ball in the open net, making the lead 8-0. In the final minutes of the game, Noah Hockenberger steps up and kicks the ball into the bottom corner of the goal, making Ravens mercy ruled the Leavenworth Pioneers 10-0.
On Monday, the girls' golf team faced some rainy conditions before they started to play. Julia Klein started off with a bang as she destroys the ball on her drive located on hole 7. Then she continues to chip her shot just short of the green, but that's no problem as it putts right next to the hole and finishes with a short of a par. Next hole, Rosie Klosner drives the ball right up to the top of the fairway and then to make it only a 2-putt trip on the green.
Now we will introduce our second player of the week, Lindsay Heller. She has earned this recognition for her outstanding performance on the girls' varsity volleyball team.
This year, Lindsay Heller is looking to add more to her already well-equipped skill set. So far, she's off to a great start.
I average 5 to 8 kills a game.
Not only is she looking to improve herself, but the team as well.
Our team goals this year is to win the league and obviously win sub-state and win state.
Lindsay did great last year, but has new goals for this season.
Either want to make second team or first team this year.
As a top competitor on the team, she tells us her role this year as a player.
My role this year, I would say, is to bring energy to our team, on and off the court. In practices, we struggle with having energy, so I'm more of a positive person, so I have to bring that to our play.
Lindsay has started off great and will look to improve for the rest of the season. This has been your Player of the Week.
That's it for game day this week. Let's send it back to the desk.
Queen of Haunts will be your guide behind the magic of Hollywood horror films and Kansas City's best haunted houses. Tune in to TV 25.9 at 10 p.m. every Friday night for Macabre Cinema.
I don't get scared easy, but I heard this place is really scary.
Go if you dare! Let me
With With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
And the cinema.
How's it?
The last one? The cinema. Mackerby? Cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
That's not even funny. I've heard of the one. It does. Macabre.
Macabre Cinema.
Mackerby?
The Macabre Cinema.
You know how it goes this time of year in Kansas City. Today it's hot. Tomorrow it's cold. Then it's hot again the day after. We at Town & Country Heating and Cooling take your trust seriously, and we'll make sure you and your home are ready for the unpredictable temperatures this coming season. Call now, 913-649-8696 for our combined 2-for-1 tune-up for your furnace and air conditioner. And if you mention TV 25, we'll take $25 off. Town & Country Heating and Cooling, 913-649-8696.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
We're very excited at Full Moon Productions today in introducing Medusa. She's very mesmerizing at 25 feet and 2 inches. And she's part of our family here at Full Moon, the Edge of Hell haunted attraction in Kansas City. And we're very proud of her that even though she's young, she has achieved this wonderful record and recognition.
You know, these are apex predators. They will go after what they can, and they will do what they do. I think that's part of the fascination of them.
She's very beautiful in her own kind of deathly way.
All right, we're back here at the College Boulevard Activity Center. Halftime's over. Or wait, no, it looks like we got 3 minutes now. They just added time. Anyway, Ravens up 35-0. Putting on a show tonight, both sides of the ball.
And the Raven fans are very happy to see it. The crowd has thinned out a little bit due to the extreme scoring and the homecoming festivities being over, but the fans that are remaining are still very, very excited to be here.
It's always nice to see a good turnout here. A lot of people for this game. And so far the Ravens have done well, so been a good game to come out and watch if you're a Raven.
We'll see what they come out with, but of course we're always looking for the new talent, the younger classes to step up and play a bigger part in this second half.
Keys turned in on the southwest part of the stadium. If you have lost your car keys and can identify them in the press box, we do have a set of lost or found car keys.
About 1:45 left in the half. And the Ravens will kick to start the second half.
All right, and we are getting ready to start.
Crowd is loud to start this second half. And Boyd with a nice kick that'll bounce and picked up. A nice run out to about the 25-yard line.
And it appears that the starters are back on the field. Let's see if Northwest can come out with the same intensity and same pressure they provided in this first half.
Billy Conaway still in for the Indians at the quarterback spot. Ooh, bobbled the snap there. Get it off to the right side. And ooh, a nice tackle. Looked like number 24, Nick Hegarty, on the tackle there. So we'll get a couple yards for the Indians.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 from the 27.
Conaway will drop back. He's going to take it himself. And, ooh, a nice tackle there. I think that was number 16, Cole Manning, on the tackle.
Indians seem to be struggling coming out of the locker room on the offensive side, similar to the first half.
See what they do here on the 3rd and 5 from their own 30-yard line.
The offensive line is appearing to break down and not holding their blocks for a long enough time for Conaway to really get set up in the pocket.
Yeah, we've seen Conaway rushed a lot so far in this game and sacked a couple times too. And pressure right off the bat there. Conaway gonna look right, looking to throw, and ooh, almost intercepted. That ball be incomplete. Looked like he had 2 receivers right there. That'll bring up another 4th down for the Indians.
Great coverage again on this in the secondary for the Ravens, with both Logan Irwin and Jackson Butler in the area.
Oscar Knowles in punt formation for the Indians.
Oscar Knowles back for the Indians. He's on about the 16-yard line for the punt. Ooh, jumps up. That was a high snap. And that's a short kick or a short punt. That'll get down to about the 46-yard line. And we're going to take it down to the sideline to CJ. He has an update for us.
$35-0, and we're looking for a good second half. We're trying to play some JV play.
All right, well, looks like we had a problem with the mic down there with CJ, but the Ravens will get a nice run there, and looks like another 1st down for them. Just under 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, or pardon me, 2nd and 1. Wow, less than a yard. So Cook back out there. He's going to hand it off to Hegarty, who's going to get it up to about the 35-yard line. So another first down.
The run game will start to become more and more integrated into the offense as the game goes on, just to burn more and more clock, keep the clock running.
And we've already seen it as a big part of their offense already, so haven't seen too much of a difference yet, but we'll see once we get down later in this quarter, in the fourth quarter. And we have Cook and Dumas in there right now, so some of the starters are back in, like you said. Cook will pass it to Jack Parks, and he's going to go down past the 20-yard line to about the 18, and another first down for Olathe Northwest, or 19, pardon me.
And that's the second time that particular play with Jack Parks coming right inside the seam of the cornerback and the safety has picked up relatively big yardage. Now, it looks like there's some sort of penalty on the play.
Yeah, it was an ineligible man downfield on that play, so that'll get called back.
But definitely look for Jack Parks on that little seam route to continue to pick up big yards in tough situations.
So the Ravens get moved back. It's now 1st and 15. They're at the 41-yard line in Indians territory. Cook will keep it himself, and he's going to pitch it back to Dumas. We'll get around that first defender. More spin moves, and he's going to get all the way up about 8 or 9 yards on that run.
Dumas is carrying a big load for the Ravens, just carrying man after man on his back, breaking tackles and getting upfield.
And that was about 13-yard gain. It's about 8 yards past the original line of scrimmage. And they'll face 2nd and 2 here. Cook will hand it off to Hegarty, who will go off the right side. He's got some room, and he'll get down enough for a first down at about the 21-yard line. The Ravens keep moving the chains. Getting further into Indians territory here.
The Indians' weaker defense is starting to show here in the second half, if it didn't already in the first half. They gave up 69 points to Lawrence High School 2 weeks ago, and it's looking like they're going to face a similar outcome here tonight at Northwest.
Up. That was that false start? Oh, delay game.
Some struggles to get people lined up, get ready to go.
I'll take a timeout. All right, so we'll head to a commercial break. You're watching Raven Football here on TV 25, where there's always something on.
Macabre Cinema.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Macabre Theater.
Macaraba.
How do you say it? I don't know. How about you?
Macaraba.
You gotta try it.
Oh, something about the cinema.
Macabre Cinema.
Macaraba. Macaraba.
Macabre.
Macabre.
The Macabre Cinema.
All right. There's a pass right there was incomplete from Braden Cook. So the Ravens down on the Indians' 26-yard line. About 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Still 35-0.
And that big lead will come more and more into play as the game goes on.
And Cook's going to Get it over to Dumas, who's going to break that tackle, and he's going to go running 10-5, touchdown, Olathe Northwest. What a run by Drew Dumas. Thought he was going to be stopped about 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, able to break that tackle, go all the way in for that touchdown. The Ravens up 41-0 here in the third.
Big run after big run.
Connor Boyd lines up for the extra point. That kick, ooh, is a low one. He's not going to get it. But the Ravens still lead 41-0, so hopefully that won't come into play later in the game. Right now, we're going to send it down to our silent reporter, CJ, see what he has to say about the game so far.
Having a wonderful Ravens. We already got ourselves around the side. Everyone's really for this game and for everyone. Back to the booth with Ben Willie.
All right, so something not quite right with CJ's mic. We'll try to get back to him in a moment, but you know, sometimes technology just doesn't work. The Ravens with a big lead here, still about 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
Raven fans should probably be feeling comfortable about right now. It appears that Nick Lopez's prediction of 54-7 is looking pretty good.
He received about the 10-yard line. And still on his feet. That's number 21, Yard Quinn, on that run. So it looked like he was going to get stopped back there a little while back, and then able to get a pretty decent run there.
An impressive effort from a really, really quick player.
So about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. And the Indians will start their drive on their own 32-yard line.
And it appears that the line, the defensive line at least, has gone back to their underclassmen players. Secondary looks similar.
Looks like another timeout for Olathe Northwest. Yep. The Ravens will talk things over. Like you said, sitting pretty comfortable, 41-0 lead.
And the Raven fans still chanting that R-A-V-E-N-S. Regardless of the score, they're always in it.
All right, Conaway in at quarterback still. Starting at the Indians' 32-yard line. Handed off there to Quinn. And he's going to reverse directions. Look like a flag that might be called back, but it's a nice run out to about the Olathe Northwest 32-yard line. Let's see what the call is. That might get taken back.
There appear to be a few questionable blocks throughout that run. We'll see what the referee comes up with. Looks like a holding call. So, in fact, the Indians will not cross the 50-yard line on that particular play.
And that kind of play seemed a little reminiscent of Olathe Northwest, at least the last couple of games. So, happens to every team. Big run there, but it got called back. So, it's kind of a momentum killer. Look like they're going to get down the other side of the field, try to get a field goal, try to score something here, but they get moved back instead. So that's definitely not what you want if you're the Indians.
Right. And with as little momentum and movement with the ball as they have had, it's always a big boost to get that kind of play.
So the ball get moved back to the 25-yard line. And that handoff is met with some great Ravens defense. And a flag thrown. I think that was number 55. Jeffrey Downey shoved one of those Raven players. Couldn't see who it was. See what the call is.
That'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct, most likely. A 15-yard penalty, I believe.
And the Indians are going to move back again.
And that's just a poor play to make. I mean, obviously, during a football game, emotions run high. Things just get out of hand quickly. But with a 41-0 football game, there's just no reason for that kind of thing.
So it looked like the Indians are going to have a good drive. Got down to the first time get on the other side of the field, but they've had 2 straight penalties. This just brought them back to their own 11-yard line.
And they're gunning for their 42. So obviously a deep pass is on the way.
Conaway's going to run it out to the right side. Thought about throwing, and he's going to get a nice run. That was 1st and 31. We'll get quite a few yards back, though.
The impressive thing about Conaway is his ability to get outside the pocket and really scramble, get upfield, positive yards, and break tackles.
All right, Conaway's going to drop back. He'll fake the pass. He'll take it himself again, and he'll get taken down, but he'll have a nice run there.
You almost have to wonder what happened to Dustin McKesser, their usual quarterback, because we have not seen him since the first or second quarter.
Would he have one? I know he had one interception. Did he have the other one, or was that Conaway? I don't remember.
I believe the other interception belongs to Conaway, but I'm not entirely certain.
He picked up about the 32-yard line. That's a nice run off to the right side. So Dahlquist will get that return there and get it back onto the Indians side of the field, where the Ravens will set up. Got about 5.5 minutes left. We're going to send it down to CJ really quick, see if he got his mic fixed. He's going to talk a little about the game.
All right, so it's looking for a great game for the Ravens. A bunch of morale on the sideline. It's 41-0, and we are just putting all the pieces together. We had a lot of injuries today, but we are turning out very good. And I think that the players are happy, the coaches are happy, and overall it's a great game. If we can keep this going throughout the season, keep this morale, the sideline is lovely. The problem is Shawnee Mission North is really starting to take some cheap shots. So we got to be careful, make sure we don't get injuries, and we can continue this game with a win. Back to Ben Whitney in the box.
Okay. Hello? Are we back? I think we're back. 5.5 minutes left. And while CJ was giving us that update, the Ravens had a chop block penalty on their last run by number 25, Izan Hassan, so they'll get moved back to the 41-yard line.
And our underclassmen or junior players from the first half are back in.
Oh, that one's not going to go that far. Good defensive effort there by Shawnee Mission North. Like Alex Taylor was there on the tackle. Jeffrey Downey was there as well for Shawnee Mission North. 2nd and 26 now for Olathe Northwest. And about 5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Let's see if Tyler McCoach and company can pull together a decent amount of field position right here.
Oof. The coaches stopped pretty quickly there. That's number 55, Jeffrey Downey, on that tackle. This looks like it's about 3rd and 30 for the Ravens, so we'll see what they do here.
At this point, you almost just have to rush the ball, burn some clock, get the punt team out there, and hopefully get the ball deep in their side of the field.
Number 13, Mario Hansen, coming in for the Ravens. And number 38, Luke Dahlquist, comes out just under 4 minutes now in the third quarter. Play clock winding down, and oof, just barely got it off. That's going to be a handoff that stopped right in his tracks. Number 43 with the run, but he stopped pretty quick by the Indians on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down. First punt of the game for Olathe Northwest.
It's always a good sign when the first punt of the game is with 3:20 left in the third quarter. Well, yeah.
Pretty decent punt there. Ooh. That's
And
going to go
a favorable roll for the Ravens.
Get down to about the 25-yard line for Shawnee Mission North.
Although it may be a little bit unfair to expect this, the scoring barrage that kind of occurred during the first half has kind of tapered off a little bit with only 1 touchdown in the third quarter.
Well, we saw the first punt, too.
Right.
I guess if you're up 41 points, not as big of a deal if you're not getting more points on the board, at least not as frequently. That run's not going to go that far.
And as before mentioned, Shawnee Mission North's run game is just not a strong point for them. They really have struggled to get stuff going from that side of the field this year, basically with most of their rushing yards coming from quarterback scrambles and read options and things like that.
Oh, they haven't had much in terms of passing either. We've seen 2 picks, a couple of passes have just gone over the receiver's head, so not really a lot going well for the Indians offense, at least at this point. Conaway is going to keep it himself. Makes the defender miss. He's out on the right side. And they're in Olathe Northwest territory.
First time
down.
tonight. And maybe a piece of Shawnee Mission North's lack of success from the offensive standpoint is last year they had a 4-year starter in Will Schneider that ended up going D1. He currently holds all passing records in the state of Kansas, and those are just enormous shoes to fill. So it's kind of it's a little bit almost unfair to expect that from these quarterbacks.
It's a nice run that will get down to about the 20-yard line. And the Indians finally getting something on the offensive side.
You have to wonder if it's just lack of energy or lack of experience out there on the field. The Ravens just seem to be slowing down a little bit.
Just under 2 minutes now in the third quarter. High snap, but it'll be handled. And off to the right side. Oh, he's going to break free from that tackle. And another one. And Quinn with a nice run. He's going to get down to about the 5-yard line.
Cody Marlette coming up with a big open field tackle on the far side. Without that tackle, that becomes a touchdown. Still an impressive effort by number 21, Quinn, to make that play into something.
Completely switched directions, made two guys miss close to the line of scrimmage. Able to get a nice run out of that. Conaway will hand it off. And that's going to be run in for the touchdown. Number 18, Richard Darrow for Shawnee Mission North. And they're going to get some points up on the board, 41-6 with 1:13 left in the third quarter, pending the extra point. Oops, some confusion. The kick by Aquilar is good, so it'll be 41-7 here with 1:13 left in the third quarter. We're going to take it to a quick commercial break. You're watching Raven Football on TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest, so a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something.
All right, so the Indians were able to get it down to the Raven side of the field for the first time of the game, and they're able to get a touchdown out of that. It's 41-7 here in the third quarter. I think the Raven defense just slowing down a little bit. I mean, they are still up by 34 points.
And holding the team off the board for 20, almost 30 minutes is still a fairly impressive feat.
So Aguilar will be there for the kickoff. And that one's going to go into the end zone. Justin Davis there looked like he tried to make an effort to run that one back, but ended up going into the end zone. About a minute left in the third quarter.
It appears that the baritones and tubas are headed over to complete a Northwest tradition towards the end of the third quarter.
All right, the coach and a quarterback now, and That run's going to be stopped. Couple yards on the gain there.
I have to. I don't want to, but I have to.
Looks like about one more play will take us through the remainder of this quarter.
Where's August?
All right, the coach is going to take it himself. Get a couple more yards on that run. So it'll be 3rd and 6, but it looks like it'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Ravens leading 41-7. So a solid game so far. The Indians, just on their last drive, was the first time they got it down to the Olathe Northwest side of the field. And now we get some nice music from the band. I think the drums were a little off. But still, hey, it's fine. I couldn't tell if it was in my ear, what we were hearing, or if it was actually down there, but.
Always a good time when the band comes out to play.
Another handoff there, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Ravens. I think they're throwing T-shirts or something.
Yes, I believe the cheerleaders are going through their
T-shirt
toss. Good punt, but out of bounds.
The Indians will get pretty decent field position here at the 33-yard line on their side of the field. We'll see what they can do this drive. Seems like they got some stuff figured out last drive. We're able to get down for that touchdown, so we'll see what they can do here.
43, can you go ask one of the players? Have CJ or you. Yeah, he keeps running the ball. We don't know who he is.
Peter, I swear.
Colton Melton? No. Colton Melton? Like, I'm Melton?
That'll be, oh, a handoff that is stopped. So Quinn's going to get stopped right there by a brick wall. Conaway will keep it. Oh, wait. Yes. confused me. I didn't even know he had the ball.
And things are getting physical over there on the far side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Big pile forming up there.
Hey, Peter, hold on. Jared. Chris, did you confirm that was Colton Melton by one? I don't know if one of the coaches or
Down to 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. Conaway will hand it off. And a nice run up the middle. So Reese on the run there, and that's going to be a first down.
Shawnee Mission North appears to be falling into more of an option style offense, which worked for them last drive. See what they can continue with here.
And Conaway is going to hand it off this time. Brought down there, number 32, Reese on the run there. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Indians. They're getting close to midfield.
What's been really impressive from the Ravens is that despite some of their injuries to their more prolific players, they've still come out and produced at a high level and not appeared to be fazed by the loss.
Quinn's got some room out on the right side, and he's gonna be in for the 2nd touchdown, and he's gonna fall over when he reached the sidewalk, but he's gonna celebrate now. So 2 drives in a row now. Shawnee Mission North has got 2 touchdowns, 41-13. Could make it 41-14 here with the extra point.
In recent minutes, the speed of Quinn has proven to be an issue for the Raven defense. Once he gets outside, it doesn't appear that he can be caught.
Aguilar gets the extra point. And it's 41-14, 8 minutes, 18 seconds left in this one. So we've seen the Indians offense get kick-started here a little bit in the fourth quarter, but still down 27. Thanks to a really good offense. The Ravens have done really well in this game, so.
Which has been a wonderful change from the past 3 weeks. Being able to see the offense get out, get moving, and produce a highlight-filled game.
And Sherman has talked to me about how they've really worked on a lot of specific things every single week in preparation for that next game. So they looked at last week's game versus Lee Summit North and really tried to fix some things like the penalties. We still see some penalties here in this game, but there haven't really been any that have been as costly, I guess.
Right.
So that's definitely been a positive change.
And the nice part was that most of the penalties incurred have occurred after most of our points were scored.
Aguilar will kick it off. And that'll be picked up here on the left side by Weston Davis, and he'll get dragged down at about the 30-yard line.
At this point in the game, probably continue to see the Ravens pushing the ball up the middle with the run game, trying to burn out that clock.
About 8 minutes left in this game. The student section's thinned out a little bit. Still got a pretty decent crowd here. So McCoach still in at quarterback. He's going to pitch it off to the right side. It's Logan Irwin on the run, and he'll get a nice gain, about 9 yards.
The goal here for the Ravens is to take as much time as possible in between snaps and to get upfield and get across that that first down marker in 3 plays or less. Keep the ball in our possession and burn as much time.
Goodbye, Gage.
Hallelujah. No, Jared gave it back to James. Hey, can anyone hear me? Yes, we can hear you. Perfect.
Fakes the handoff, and he'll get enough on that run for a first down. All right, 7 minutes left. Ravens 1st and 10 on their own 44. Handoff there to Hassan. He'll get a couple yards.
For only 130 pounds, Hassan is an extremely tough kid. I've seen him break quite a few tackles tonight, so it's fairly impressive.
It's been nice to see some of these players that we haven't got to see that much so far in the season, and giving them some playing time. Obviously, for like McCoach, giving him some experience back there in the quarterback position's going to be positive, and I might be able to turn to him later in the season as well. So, always good to see them in. Free nachos, I heard that.
I could use some free nachos.
Coach isn't going to have much there. So 3rd and 12 now for Northwest. At their own 42-yard line now. 5:54 left in the game. Ravens have a 41-14 lead over Shawnee Mission North.
The fans, the crowd, the players themselves seem to be getting a little restless.
Oh, and that one's dropped. Probably wouldn't have been enough for a first down anyway. That's number 84, Josh Mitleiter. Or John, sorry. High snap, but it's handled. And the punt will go down. Oh! Bobbled there. Oh!
And a head-to-head contact there.
That was a big hit. Ah. Who got the ball?
Shawnee Mission North came up with the ball.
Kind of fumbled with that ball there. He ran over pretty quick to get that punt. The Indians don't really get good field position here to start. Not like they're at the goal line or anything, but they're starting at their own 14-yard line. Conaway will hand it off.
There seemed to be a little bit of confusion there on that play.
Second and 9 now for the Indians. Conaway will fake the handoff. It's going to be 3rd and short. Looks like maybe 2 yards. Will be a handoff. The right side, that's number 18, Richard Darrow with that run, and that'll move the chains for another first down for the Indians. And now we're just under 4 minutes left in the game.
At this point, both teams appear to be just trying to run the clock out a little bit.
Oh. Conaway is gonna, oh, there's a flag. Conaway looked like he was confused. Both players back there ran away from it, thought maybe he was gonna think he was gonna hand it off to somebody.
It almost looked like a designed run play with a fake throw. Penalty on Shawnee Mission North will take them back. Looks like 10 yards, 15 yards.
Personal foul called against the Indians. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 21 from the 21.
Conaway will hand it off. That's Darrow with the run, and he's not going to make it that far. So second and looks like 21, 22 yards for the Indians. Nearing 2 minutes left here in this game.
And the clock will continue to run down as the Indians don't seem to be in any hurry to snap the ball.
Yeah, pace has definitely slowed down substantially here toward the end of this quarter. Third and 17 now for the Indians. Like you said, they don't really seem like they're in a hurry to score or do anything here, just letting the clock run.
They almost appear to want to be out of their own misery.
And student section doing their, I believe, chant.
securing the Northwest victory.
We haven't won yet, but I think it's pretty unlikely that North will come back here at this point.
And after the game, I believe the band will be performing on the field, at least a portion of their halftime show.
Well, halftime show, but at the end of the game, so
post-game show.
Yeah, yeah. And a minute left now. Counting down the seconds now. It's 4th and 15 as the Indians set up to punt. Looks like they're going to run it down.
37, 36, 35 seconds remaining.
That is a high punt, but that's a pretty short punt. And it'll get still on the Indian side of the field.
And the clock will stop for most likely the last time in this ball game.
Looked like number 9, Oscar Knowles, tried to kick it over the other side of the field, but 23.9 seconds left. This is a good win for Olathe Northwest. Definitely a confidence booster going for the rest of the season for sure. And, you know, an important game here. A nice game to win for sure, but I mean, this is just a blowout. We saw some really good play on both sides of the football, so they've definitely been, whatever they've been working on over the last couple of weeks has really worked because they've done an excellent job today.
And Northwest has entered the victory formation. It looks like that'll be the ball game. A big win after going 0-3 to start the season. Very, very important to see that big blowout victory tonight.
All right, so again, we're going to have the marching band come out and do their halftime show at the end of the game, but we'll watch them perform. So I guess we're doing the band show. I'm getting mean looks now, though. I guess everyone wanted to pack up and leave. I like watching the band. Do you not like watching the band, Jack?
I enjoy watching the band.
You just want to go home.
Tomorrow's homecoming. It's a big day.
No, that's not until the evening. You got plenty of time to get ready. Do your hair, have you do it. That's pretty nice.
I have lots of makeup to accomplish.
I mean, I have a sandwich right here that I really want to eat, so hopefully they take us off, but I don't really think we should commentate the marching band.
And there goes North.
Rosie, a queen of haunts, will be your guide behind the magic of Hollywood horror films and Kansas City's best haunted houses. Tune in to TV 25.9 at 10 p.m. every Friday night for macabre cinema.
I don't get scared easy, but I heard this place is really scary.
Go if you dare! Let me
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
For over 30 years, Santa Fe Tow has been getting you back on the road fast. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you may not realize it, but you might not need a tow. When you call us at 913-712-9084, we know which one of our GPS dispatch trucks is closest. So a certified driver with the right truck is there to help you in a flash. We can even help you with your RV, boat, or motorcycle. So whether it's a jump start, fixing a flat, a little gasoline, or a tow to the shop of your choice, Santa Fe Tow is the one call that can do it all. Call us today at 913-712-9084.
And the cinema.
How's that?
The cinema. Mackerby. Cinema.
Macabre cinema.
That's not even funny. I've heard of the one. It does. Macabre.
Macabre cinema.
Mackerby.
The macabre cinema.
You know how it goes this time of year in Kansas City. Today it's hot. Tomorrow it's cold. Then it's hot again the day after. We at Town & Country Heating and Cooling take your trust seriously, and we'll make sure you and your home are ready for the unpredictable temperatures this coming season. Call now, 913-649-8696 for our combined 2-for-1 tune-up for your furnace and air conditioner. And if you mention TV 25, we'll take $25 off. Town & Country Heating and Cooling, 913-649-8696.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
We're very excited at Full Moon Productions today in introducing Medusa. She's very mesmerizing at 25 feet and 2 inches. And she's part of our family here at Full Moon, the Edge of Hell haunted attraction in Kansas City. And we're very proud of her that even though she's young, she has achieved this wonderful record and recognition.